Have you ever read a sentence that's so packed with detail it just creates an entire movie inside your head? Well, today we're going to put just one of those sentences under the microscope. We're going to deconstruct it piece by piece and see how a few really carefully chosen words can build a whole world of emotion, conflict, and meaning.
Okay, so this is our sentence. This is our source material. Now, at first glance, it might just look like a jumble of descriptive terms, right? But I want you to think of it more like a blueprint for a story. Every single word here is a crucial ingredient, and it's been chosen to build a very specific feeling.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? How can a simple string of phrases paint such a rich, complete picture? How does it communicate not just an image, but a really specific, relatable, and deeply human anxiety? Well, let's break it down.
First up, the central character. I mean, every great story needs a protagonist, right? This sentence doesn't just give us some generic person, it gives us a specific, grounded individual that we can immediately start to understand and, connect with.
Just notice the precision here. It doesn't just say a man, it says an Indian middle-class man. Those three words are absolutely packed with meaning. Right away, they give us a whole world of cultural values, economic pressures, specific aspirations. He's not a billionaire, he's not destitute, he's relatable. He's one of millions. And that makes his story feel so much more immediate and real. And look at what he's holding. Money. This isn't just some random prop. It's the physical thing. It's the manifestation of his security, his family's future, all of his hard work. This is the tangible stake in the drama. This is the very thing that's at risk.
This sentence leaves nothing to chance here. It doesn't just imply he's worried, it explicitly tells us to see the fear of loss on his face. This phrase, it's like a director's note to an actor, It makes his internal anxiety totally visible. We aren't left guessing how he feels. We are told exactly what to see.
So we have our character, but every character needs a conflict. And that brings us to our second element, the looming shadow. The sentence introduces the story's antagonist, but it's not a person. It's this overwhelming, impersonal force.
And this part is just brilliant. The threat isn't a literal falling graph on a computer screen. No, it's the shadow of one. A shadow is a distortion, right? It's a looming presence that's way bigger and more menacing than the object casting it. It transforms objective data into this subjective, deeply emotional threat.
Let's just look at this transformation side by side. On one hand, a falling graph is just data. It's facts, it's a market trend, but the shadow of that graph? Oh, that becomes dread. That becomes fear. It becomes this sense of impending doom. The sentence deliberately chooses the language of emotion over the language of just pure information. It's a fantastic choice.
Okay, so we've got our character and we've got our conflict. But to really feel it, you need atmosphere. And this sentence constructs that atmosphere with the precision of a seasoned cinematographer.
And these aren't just stylistic flourishes, A dark to light gradient background, that pulls our focus away from the oppressive darkness and right towards the worried man. And realistic cinematic lighting, well, that tells us this story is meant to be taken seriously. This isn't a cartoon, it's a drama.
Exactly. The lighting isn't just there to make him visible. It's there to shape the entire emotional landscape of the scene. It carves out the lines of worry on his face, and it deepens those shadows behind him, making the feeling of distress almost a physical presence in the room with him.
So, we've deconstructed the character, the conflict, and the mood. Now let's put all those pieces back together. It's time to name the emotion and really uncover the core concept this whole sentence was designed to communicate from the start.
We have all the pieces on the table now. A specific person, his tangible wealth, this overwhelming sense of dread, and it's all lit like a dramatic film. So what's the name for all of this? What concept does this entire construction serve to define?
And there it is, hiding in plain sight, right in the text, emotional finance concept. The entire sentence, everything we've just pulled apart, is a detailed visual definition of that very term. It shows us rather than just tells us what happens when money and emotions collide.
This slide just lays out the story formula perfectly. It's a simple but incredibly powerful process. You start with a relatable character, you introduce a conflict, you enhance it with a specific mood, and the result isn't just a picture. It's the embodiment of a complex idea.
And this is what makes it so powerful. While the character is specific, the emotion, well, that's universal. The fear of losing what you've worked so hard for, the anxiety of economic uncertainty, that's a feeling that anyone, anywhere can understand. And this one sentence managed to capture all of it.
And that kind of final thought, doesn't it?
If you had to write a single sentence to describe your own relationship with your finances, the hopes, the fears, the pressures, what would it say? What story does your financial picture tell?